And I just wanted to notice how straight on the front And I'm also going to everyone's voicing that next week. Well, no, yeah, well,
E ngā hauewha, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. E te whare, e te papa, tēnā kōrua. E ngā mate, haere, haere, haere atu rā. Rātou ki a rātou, tātou ki a tātou. E ngā rangatira mā, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. E mihi ana ki ngā mana whenua o tēnei rohe, te awa taranaki whānui. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Kia ora koutou, welcome to today. It is lovely to have you all here, and I will just start with a karakia for this service. Me karakia tātou. Whakataka te hau ki te uru, whakataka te hau ki te tonga. Kia mā kina ki ota, kia mā taratara ki tai. E hi aki ana te ata kore he tio, he huka, he hauhu, ti hei mauri ora tātou. I'd like to welcome Eseta and Isaac to come and kōrero. Kia ora.
Talof lava, ma lole se fua manuia, ai le a mataina e tatupo kalame, e au pea ona whailoa atu lo whatau waa, lo ingoa le ulua ia li e seta, a vea ia o whai masui, o le Wellington Free Ambulance, malpulenga, ai meisele au whainga luenga e whailoa e atuai, maufu alofa atu i lawa fionga le komisina Sāmoa, lawa fionga a whamasanga, ai meisele mamalo le ofisa o si o tātou malo o Sāmoa i nei lau mua o te aroa. Ua mawhai ona tātou whaatasi i le nei tai au matangofie, e muli mauina le nei wha moe moe tā ua. Fo iai pele vi inga i le matai sili le langi, i lona alofa malona anga le lei, ua ia taitaina mai ailo o tō soifua masomato wola i le nei aso. O le nganga le whawhitai te le lava, i le taliaina o le wala au ma le whaatala ula atu, a wale nei wha moe moe. O le mātou tatalo, anga leile alii, ia i o tō tiute ma o tō whaiva o whenga iai, whafua loa lo mā losi, a wale tautuaina o si o tātou atunuu. O te talitonu, o le atatou whai mea whaasolo le pokalame, ua saunia ele au whengaluenga nei, ma loo whaaloa lava, whaftai.
It's all right. Look, good morning, everybody. I've got a few introductions and welcomes to do for all of the people from the Samoan High Commission, but also from Wellington Free and from Rotary. And then I want to spend most of my time thanking the Rotarians who are here. So could I start off, please, by acknowledging His Excellency Whamasana Tuliafu, High Commissioner for Samoa, and representatives from the High Commission, Nicole Baker, where are you, Nicole? The President of Port Nick Rotary Club, Carol Green, it's nice to see you, Carol, Rotary District Governor, Rotary representatives and distinguished guests. Could I also acknowledge two of my fellow board members, my deputy, Alan Isaac, and Michael Quigg. Thank you very much for coming along this morning. And leaders and team members from Wellington Free Ambulance, and I'm going to be followed speaking by Dan, our Chief Executive. I want to spend most of the time thanking Wellington Rotary because this ambulance would not happen, High Commissioner, without the support of Wellington Rotary. They've been amazing partners of Wellington Free Ambulance for a long time. We may have found an ambulance that worked for you to take to Sāmoa, but it was these people who arranged for the mechanical testing and the fitting out of this ambulance so that it would go to your country. So thank you for the work you've done. I know how hard it is for fundraising anywhere, but to fundraise for an ambulance within Rotary to go to Samoa is amazing, so thank you. And I know it's not the only thing you do for Wellington Free Ambulance because you also raised a lot of money for our opening of our new ambulance station in the Wairarapa recently. So thank you for all the hard work you do. Port Nick have been a highlight, a standing star, that's not the right word, but I'm on Wellington Rotary, as some of you know, but Port Nick have always been amazing with their fundraising efforts. So thank you for the work you've done to make this ambulance a reality to go to Samoa. I know that they appreciate it's a second one, and I'm sure with time they'd like even more, so don't give up the fundraising. So thank you very much, and I'd like now to hand over to Nicole.
Thank you, Kerry. Talofa, everyone. Lovely to be here. We'd like to acknowledge the Wellington Free Ambulance for the donation of the ambulance, because obviously we can't start without that, so thank you. And that Port Nicholson has refurbished it, especially Daryl Ross. Daryl, do you want to put your hand up? Daryl's the one who has coordinated all this, so thank you. The emergency ambulance will be received by the Samoan Fire and Emergency Services Authority, and it's been made possible by the generous support and donations of many donors, and I'd like to especially acknowledge the students who worked on it. Do you want to just, so they've done a wonderful job, and so thank you so much for doing that. And it's due to be shipped to Samoa via Tauranga on the 17th of May. And as Kerry said, there's a lot of fundraising that goes into it, so I'd like to do a little advertisement to the casino night on the 16th of May, which we'd love you to join us on May the 16th, and all the fundraising is going towards the ambulance, so thank you.
Now I'd like to invite His Excellency Tuliafu to come forward and make some comments. Thank you.
Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. It's an honor for me to be standing here in front of an audience of individuals and people that I know, having read through some of the papers that I received. People who play a very important role, a leading role in the life of New Zealand's capital city, Wellington. This is why I wrote this down. I wanted to be sure that I got all the names, because there are quite a number of people there. First of all, of course, I'd like to acknowledge Dame Kerry Prendergast, who is chair of the Wellington, what do you call it, ambulance group. I thank you very much for your part. I'd also like to thank, and I know the other important group in this is the Port Nicholson Rotary Club, and I think I met was it a Nicole, of course, Nicole Baker. Yeah, I have to remember the names. I just looked at them this morning. I thought I better remember. These are the most important people. I also understand that there are a number of board members from both groups that are here, and also not just board members, but members who contributed to this vehicle here. Well, my part, of course, is to speak on behalf of, I will speak on behalf of the health ministry, who asked for this. And I would like to express, as I said, sincere appreciation and thank you for continuing to support health services in Samoa through the provision of these vehicles. We have two big islands. Well, I want to say big, they're big by our standards, but they're very little islands, a little bit like some of your offshore islands here in Aotearoa. We have two big islands. I think the first one went to where the majority of the population are, where the capital is. So this one, obviously, I think I've got some of the people from the other island here, and I think they're hoping that this one will go to the other island called Sāmoa. I think that's, in any case. So, as I said, on behalf of our health ministry, certainly the government, I would really like to express our sincere appreciation for your continuing support for health in Samoa. You know, the relationship between Samoa and New Zealand goes back quite a long way. It started during the First World War, when an expeditionary force from New Zealand landed in Samoa and took over the administration of Samoa from the Germans. It was a German colony at the time. From that time on, New Zealand administered Samoa for about 50 years before Samoa became independent in 1962, the first Pacific Island nation to become independent. Obviously, the caliber of the quality of the administration was good, that we became, as I said, we're not a big island compared to the other islands in the Pacific, but Samoa was at, so it's now 50 years since we became independent. The relationship has continued and strengthened in many, many ways. As we all know, we have quite a lively population of Samoans all over New Zealand. And part of our job here as a High Commissioner here is to work with them and to try and keep them, to make sure they behave themselves. In any case, in many other ways, of course, New Zealand continues to play a big role in the Pacific. The visit by Prime Minister Luxon recently, quite recently, to the Pacific, including Samoa, is a pointer to that fact that the relationship is still very close in many, many ways. New Zealand has been the destination for many of our students looking for higher education. People like myself, I came here and went to Otago down south, and I've gotten used to the cold, although I think today it's got a bit. But anyway, so we still have students here, and one of the roles we play in Wellington is to look after our students at Victoria University, and there's quite a number of them. And many, many other ways, trade-wise, New Zealand is a major market for Samoa. Although at the moment I think we need to export a bit more. I think the economy has gone down a little bit. So, and in many other ways, as I said, in fact, if I can say, our Prime Minister right now is in Auckland. He came here for medical reasons a week ago, and he will be returning this week to Samoa. So you can see how close the relationship is in many, many ways. New Zealand, of course, is a major aid donor for Samoa, and that's all, as I said. It's a relationship that, in my view, has grown even stronger now. A lot of our workers now come to New Zealand to work on the seasonal work scheme. We've got quite a number of workers here already, and part of my job, which I enjoy very much, is to travel around New Zealand and to visit them there and see that they are also behaving themselves. So in any case, I think a lot, as I said, I've been reading through some of the notes that were given, and I see that an awful lot of people have contributed to this help and continue to. I see that the Port Nicholson Rotary, and I heard this morning too, they provided. No, it was the Wellington. What do you call it? They provided, but the other people fixed it up. Did work on it. I have to say that we didn't ask, but our radio here, Samoan speaking radio, has already been blasting the news all over New Zealand, and I heard it in my radio this morning. Luckily, they got it right. They got it correct. Also, I'll let you know, by the time this vehicle gets to Samoa, the news has already been there. In fact, it will have got there this morning as well. They broadcasted it live. You'll see some of them here. I hope they will have a time to maybe interview some of the leaders here and hear from them. I hope you don't mind that. But as I said again, I don't want to. I think I've spoken long enough. On behalf of the government of Samoa and our health service, I would like again to express our sincere appreciation and thank you for your continuing support for our health services in Samoa. I'm sure a lot of people will be saved, lives will be saved as a result of this contribution from your side. So I'll stop there. Thank you all very much. And I think we're going to, I might as well do this now. Hold on to this. You know, in Sāmoa, we have two classes of chief or title or leader. They are the talking chiefs who do these are the orators. And when they get up to speak, this is what they carry. Normally this goes between the big toes and one of the toes and links the speaker to Mother Earth, because some of them can talk for a long time and they need all the support they need from Mother Earth. This is the one they go on Earth. Of course, it looks like, you know, some people think it's a fly swish, but in fact it's part of this. But, you know, we live in a world today that's really in a lot of strife. I don't know if you follow the news. But in Sāmoa, once this appears, and that's it. These are the diplomats. That whatever differences there are, it's all once and those speakers will sort out whatever. I think we need to give one of these to Trump and some of their colleagues and say, try using this instead of abusing people and bombing them. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. Anyway, I'm sorry, but we thought we would present this maybe to Dave, but that's how it goes. Well, maybe you can show us how to. Wow. It's called a fue. This is made from the coconut.
This is going to be good at meetings.
We'll take a photo of you with it. It's a coconut tree, and of course this is wood. That's called, what we'll give it a name. But as I said, it sorts out all forms of differences. Yeah, once this gets up there, then people will listen. And it take all day, but you know. Anyway.
Wow,
so
thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Maybe take a photo.
Yeah, we want a photo. Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you very much.
So much.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you again. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, speaking so warmly on behalf of your government and the Health Ministry in Samoa. I know that particularly the Rotarians will be very impressed with the thank you you've given on behalf of your country. So thank you, and thank you very much. I can see all sorts of uses for this. Not today. So now I'm going to invite our Chief Executive, Dan Pallister-Card, to come up and say a few words. Do you want a talking stick?
Talofa lava, kia ora, welcome to Wellington Free. To His Excellency and the members of the Samoan High Commission, talofa lava. To the Port Nicholson Yacht Club, in terms of what you've done, and Rotary, it is amazing. To the members of Wellington Free, to the board and to the team that helped support getting this vehicle ready, thank you. Wellington Free has a really long-standing core value, and in 100 years next year that will continue. But our belief is that people should be able to access and receive care no matter where they are and no matter how, and to be able to be part of supporting Sāmoa and providing care to its community and to the many villages and to the people. It's something that we're really proud of. Wellington Free might be Wellington nature, but we're going international, and I think that's really important. One of the things that makes this a little bit special for me is that probably not a lot of people know that I have extended family in the village of Ngāti, and so having recently been to Samoa to see Sāmoa, knowing that this is going there, that's pretty cool. It's pretty special. So thank you to everybody that has been part of that role and part of that journey. It's my great pleasure if His Excellency would come up here to hand over one of the most important parts of getting this to Sāmoa, our key.
Oh, wow. Okay. Can I drive it?
Why not?
Thank you very much. Now, we'll take a photo of that because we'd also like to put it in the paper.
Sounds good.
Sāmoa.
Yeah.
So thank you all very much. Well, it's, there's nothing more I can say except to again repeat and to say how much we appreciate this. Not only that, but also the spirit in which this is given. You know, the generosity and obviously a desire to have a partnership with. You know, in the Pacific, of course, you know, there's a lot more attention towards the Pacific, and of course, Australia and New Zealand are the two people that lead, and I think we, the smaller islands, tend to look on Wellington and Canberra, you know, to take the lead in a world that's getting a little bit very, very, you know, all kinds of stuff happening that shouldn't happen. You know, people talk about the fractured whole world order or whatever. But in any case, New Zealand and Australia, I think, are the senior partners that the rest of the Pacific Islands look to for leadership and support. And we appreciate this very much.
Great.
And I think...
Some photos.
Yeah, we'll take some photos. Yeah. So. Oh, yes.
Do you want to come stand down?
You stand in the middle, you're the most important person. We've got to come this way, that way.